Old school bass fishing. The days of Bill Dance, Roland Martin, Jimmy Houston, all legends of the sport. Devil's horses, jitterbugs, head and prop baits, and all kinds of other lures filled the tackle boxes of these pros, along with the tackle boxes of our grandfathers and great-grandfathers. I decided to dig around in one of my grandpa's old tackle boxes and I found tons of old lures. But one really stood out to me, and that is this topwater frog. This bad boy is the Big Bass snag-proof hollow body frog, originally made in 1968. And that brings us here 55 years later, and we are down here at the pond and we are going to put some of these vintage lures to work. I've done a couple videos like this before in the past and I had a blast doing them. There's just something really cool about going and using your grandpa's old lures or lures that you found at a yard sale in an old tackle box. You know, it's just really cool, especially when you can catch a fish on them. And I've done it before. I've never used these frogs before, but I have done it before. And we're gonna go do it today. And I just figured that it was fitting that we do this today because it just got done raining. It's still drizzling a little bit, and all the old timers always said the fish bite better when it's raining. So let's hope they were right. We're gonna go fishing today. We're down here at the pond. We've got a ton of grass on this pond, right around the edges. So I'm just gonna walk around, do some good old bank fishing with these antique frogs. I've got two different setups, which I'll show you in a minute, but we're gonna throw these frogs and we're gonna see if we can get bit out here. There's some big fish in this pond. There's also some little fish in this pond, but let's just hope they're hungry. Doesn't matter if they're 1-pounders or 10-pounders. It's gonna be fun either way. Y'all stay tuned. This is gonna be fun. So our main frog today of choice is going to be this black frog right here. This is a snag-proof Big Bass frog. This is from 1968. And we are going to be throwing that today on the Lew's Mach Crush combo. This is a 7.3 heavy. I've got 65-pound braid on here. You really don't have to have that big a braid, but this is my frog rod. I've already got it on there, so that's what we're gonna be using. I actually just took this little Poppin Perch off. This is the mini Poppin Perch from Strike King. This is an awesome topwater frog. I guess you'd call it a frog. It really looks more like a bluegill than a frog, but this thing is awesome around the grass too. If we need to, we'll throw this today and get bit. Maybe we'll just throw it around just for fun, but we're starting off with this black frog right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get it tied up. Just tie a regular old knot. Snip the tag end off with my Mach pliers. There we go. We're rigged up with one frog and we've got one other one. It's a little side frog that we're gonna be throwing today. And I found these little things right here. See if I can get the camera to focus so you can see them. These aren't really frogs. They're more a tadpole. They are a hollow body. You can see the two hooks right there on the top, but they have this long tail to them. I've got a couple different colors. I actually have like 4 or 5 of these, but I just grabbed a black one, this like yellowish color, and then just like a natural green. And we're gonna actually throw this on a spinning rod. We're gonna switch it up, make it interesting today. I've got the Lew's X Kicking Their Bass TV spinning combo here with some braid. This is probably like 15-20 pound braid. I do like throwing braid on my frogs. That's just what I like to do. It cuts through the grass better. And we're gonna throw one of these around a little bit too. I wanna try to catch one on that big frog first, but I wanna throw one of these and just see what the action looks like and see if we can get bit on it. And who knows, I mean, it's a small frog, but we could end up catching a really big fish on it. The action might be really cool. The old timers definitely knew a thing or two about fishing. Back in the Bill Dance days and everything else, they were hog snatching. So kind of makes you wonder, how many big bass were caught on all these old lures? How many big bass were caught on this lure? If a lure could talk, we would hear lots of great stories. Here we go, we're all rigged up now. Got this on the spinning rod. I would not advise normally going out and frog fishing with a spinning rod, like if you're actually trying to frog fish. I'm just doing it just for fun today. If you wanted to try doing it for fun, you could, but throw a bait caster. Get you like a 7.3 heavy. You could even go with a medium heavy, but I prefer a heavy, a 7.3. That Mach combo right there, perfect frog fishing combo. I've been using it for like 3 years. And go out there and catch you some on a frog. Let's go ahead and get off this camera. We're gonna start fishing. I got the GoPro on. We're gonna also use this big camera for some other stuff, so y'all stay tuned. We're gonna see if we can get us a bass. Real quick before we continue with the video, a lot of people have been asking about the giveaway from the St. Patrick's Day video way back when, and I'm going ahead and announcing that winner right now. I will pop up the winner right here. If you are the winner, be sure to go ahead and DM me on Instagram. I will get you taken care of, get that package sent out to you. So like I said, we're gonna start off with this one right here. We're gonna see. I'm just gonna throw it out towards the middle right now, just so I can kind of see what the action looks like. I don't know if it's supposed to swim or if you're supposed to hop it. Really doesn't look too bad, honestly. It's floating, so that's good. After 50 years, it's floating. And I mean, this may have been bought after the 50-year mark. I actually think it might have landed on its back instead of on its belly. But we're gonna try it. I think the bass are gonna be hungry. And I think that they see this good old black frog coming across the water, and they're gonna come up and they're gonna eat it. I'm just gonna start off by just doing little hops. Normally I like to walk my frogs, kind of like I do a sexy dog or something like that. But for these right now, I'm just gonna do just a nice little popping action, just like a natural little frog. I think it is actually going like upside down, but it's doing pretty well with not getting a ton of grass on it, which I'm impressed by. We'll just have to see what the hookup's like once we actually get one to bite it. Kind of worried about that, but we'll see. A lot of you may be wondering about like frog colors and stuff too. Everybody kind of has their different opinion, but for me, whenever it's a nice like overcast cloudy day, like you can see, it's just total clouds. I love throwing a black. I've always heard that black works good on the cloudy days. Like I'll throw a black buzzbait or a black frog, because if you think about it, the fish are sitting down in the water. You're throwing a topwater, it's on top. So when they're looking up, they see just a black object on top of the water. And like the way I think of it is like the fish are looking up at the sky when they're looking at the topwater. And then you've got a gray sky, so you want something that's going to stick out. If you were throwing like a gray frog or a white frog, it wouldn't really stick out. They would still see the surface commotion, but they wouldn't necessarily be able to like see it very great. So that's why I always have done black. That's why we're starting off with the black frogs today, because it's a cloudy day and I like a black topwater. Oh dude, I just had a bite right there. Oh man, I don't know if he got it all the way or if I messed that up. That was a terrible hook set too. Terrible, but I did have a bite right there. First bite of the day within the first 5 minutes. That is a good sign. Let's see if we can get that one to eat again. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, but we're gonna try it. No, I'm stuck right here in the dang tree. Let's see if we can get us another good cast down there. That's pretty close. You kind of hit it down there in a little open spot in the middle of the grass. Seemed like a halfway decent fish, but he could have just grabbed the little legs instead of grabbing the whole thing. Oh, dude, he missed it right there. He just missed it right there. Come on, come back for it. They're loving the frog today. I knew they would. I just wish this thing would flip over the right side. I feel like it's flipping over every time the wrong way. It might be supposed to be like a little weight or something in here. Throw it out there. Give it a little pop action. It's 2 bites. Just waiting on number 3. I can actually walk this thing pretty good. All right, new spot. We're gonna walk down a little bit. See if we can get us another fish. We'll come back for that one. We'll come throw that smaller frog at that fish later on. Let's try right here at this little dock right here. We got a bunch of grass right here too. I don't think it's gonna be as good as in the pocket, but there is grass. There is some old structure right here from this dock, so could be good. Never know. If one hits it right here, it's going to be close contact. I can't see the trees in my way. I'm thinking I might need to go down to this other pocket, honestly. Kind of thinking that. We'll do a little reel in action out there in the open. That might be how you're supposed to fish this thing, because it does have like little legs on it that are supposed to kick. Let's keep on moving. It's a nice thing about pond fishing, just hopping around, you can just hit a bunch of different spots. I have a pretty good feeling about this little pocket down here. We're gonna work our way down, but I have a pretty good feeling about it down here. Might end up catching one right here too. This right here is a pretty good spot. And this is all grass right here too. You can see there's There's a lot of grass over there, like out in the middle. This whole thing is just a huge, like, grass flat. Oh, dude, there was a bass that just darted off the bank right there. Oh my gosh. Or maybe that was a carp. Pretty sure that was a bass. It wasn't really acting like a carp. That was weird. It's like a dang torpedo. Carp do that, but the carp in here are so big that they're slow. Something just got eaten out there in the middle. I think I got a bunch of grass on my frog now. Something just tried to eat my line right there. Oh man. Come on. Just eat the frog. That's all you have to do. Just eat the frog. Gonna keep on moving. Fishing kind of fast, but I feel like if I'm gonna get a bite, it's gonna be from an active fish. So I'm trying to find us an active one. And down here, this little pocket, it's beautiful for a frog. Beautiful. I mean, look at this. Beautiful. Like the whole thing is just grass. So it's a little bit thicker over there on the edge. Beautiful. Dude, one just like V'd. I don't even know what you call it, but like one just like went right to my frog. I can see like the little V in the water from him swimming, but he didn't eat it. Dude, that was crazy. That might be the best blow up I've ever had in my life. Oh my gosh. Dude, I thought that was gonna be like a dang 5-pounder the way he just ate it. What in the world? That was crazy. On the antique frog. There's no way I could have messed that up. Goodness gracious. That was awesome, dude. I'm not even 100% sure where he's hooked at. I'm trying to get him unhooked. Look at that. Antique frog. He's bleeding a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and get him back. But, wow. What a blow up. Right there. You can see the hole. Right there. That was crazy. Wow. There you have it, folks. Antique frog. Gets bit. Man, that was crazy. Not a bad hookup either. I mean, as soon as I set the hook, he was on there and he was up on the bank. He was so dang close, dude. Oh my gosh. That was crazy. Right at my feet. I wonder if that was the same fish that was over there behind the frog and if he just followed it all the way over here and then ate it. I kind of changed up my retrieve a little bit. Now my frog's starting to sink. I'm gonna have to fix it. It's filling up with water. That right there, that's exactly where he was at, was right there. That little spot. It was crazy. There we go. I fixed it. I've got my little other one. Got to look at it for a second. Make sure it was sitting the correct way. Now, we should float again. Yeah, I kind of changed up my retrieve a little bit. I was kind of doing like some little fast skips. You can kind of see my rod. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little hops and let it sit. And then I started working it a little bit slower right here in this grass. That way they can find it. Sometimes when it's really thick grass like this, they can't find the bait that good. Let's see if I can get a good cast down here. This is where it really gets thick down here. Oh yeah, beautiful. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes, please stay on, baby. That's like a 5-pounder. Dude. Wow. Wow. That's not a, I don't think he's all the way at 5, but that's like a 4.5. Dude, that was awesome. They are killing the frog today. I mean, they are murdering it right there on the dang 50-year-old frog, dude. Wow. There we go. My big camera is all the way down there, so I'm not gonna take this fish down there, but man, what a fish. That is awesome. You cannot beat catching a good 4.5, 5 pounder on a 50-year-old frog in the grass, dude. That is, oh, that's cool. That just made my day right there. Thank you. Thank you. There she goes. Dude, that was awesome. That fish like went nuts. I was just saying, I was like, I know there's gotta be a big one around here somewhere. There was. She was sitting right there. And she came up and she ate the frog, son. She ate it. She ate it good. All right, there we go. We're all fixed up, ready to catch another one. If I catch another one on this, I might have to go over there and get that small frog, start throwing it. Wow, that was crazy. First cast. All right, let's get another cast in there. That one hit it over there on the opposite edge. These are some of the best frog blow-ups I think I've ever had in my life. I know earlier I was talking about throwing braid. If you guys saw that, that fish got stuck in the grass right here. That's why you throw braid, because it can really cut through the grass good. And if you need to horse them out of that cover, then you can. That's why you have that heavy rod and that braid. Your line's not gonna break. You can just horse them out of it. And then you've got that heavy rod. You can just pull on them. That's the best way to do it with a frog, because if not, sometimes they'll come off. Because they don't always eat it great. I mean, when they're coming and blowing up on it like that, usually they eat it pretty good, but that fish, it wasn't hooked down in the throat. I mean, it was hooked right on the edge. So one thing I noticed, which I think I'm about to change up, this frog, it's always like flipped over like this. It's not like this, like it's supposed to be. And when I was looking at this other frog, which I have right here in my pocket, this one has like a weight or something in it. And I wonder if, which this one seems like it's in better shape anyways, but I wonder if that weight like makes the frog sit right side up. So we're gonna cut this one off, put this one on, and see if that makes a difference. This one has cleaner hooks, but this frog looks a little bit more intact. So I'm gonna try this one and we're gonna see if it does any better, because I'm having to clean off the grass like every time. This is supposed to be a weedless frog. So let's see if this makes a difference. Let's try this one out. Let's see. I'm just gonna throw this one out in the middle. We're gonna see if it lands on the right side. I still think it's upside down. I don't know, that's weird. Upside down frog, caught a 4 pounder, so we're gonna keep throwing it upside down. We're gonna get one more fish on this. After we get one more, we're gonna go grab that spinning rod with that little tadpole frog. We're gonna throw it, see if we can catch a fish on it. I'm gonna go hit another pocket on this pond too, which should be pretty good. All right, let's work our way back down here. We're gonna fish that pocket we started in one more time. Then we're gonna go hit a new little spot. Fish some fresh water. Maybe that big fish scared all the other ones. You hear that frog? That's why they're eating them. We're gonna try this out one more time. I just seen a huge fish right there. No way it was a bass. If it was, it's my PB. This is where we started off at, where I had 2 bites. They just didn't get it all the way, but maybe this time they'll get it all the way. And then we're gonna go that away and fish in that pocket, which is also a very good, very, very good little pocket. Great cast. Come on. I know there's one sitting there looking at it right now. Gotta be. Got him. Oh, dude, he's tiny. Wow. I'm surprised I hooked that one. That thing right there is tiny. I got him on the outside of the mouth. Well, it's through his mouth, but it's through bottom lip. It's a little tiny guy, dude. Number 3 right there. This one is small. Not like the last one, but we'll take it. And now we're gonna switch up to the spinning rod. We're gonna throw It's a little black tadpole. Maybe I'll make a couple casts with it right here. Then we're gonna move on down to this other spot. If we can't get bit on it, we'll switch back up to that other frog. But I'm feeling pretty confident we could definitely catch a fish on this. We're gonna try it, see. All right, we're gonna call this one the tadpole because that's what it reminds me of, is a tadpole. Let's throw this thing out there and see what it looks like. See if it even floats. Doesn't look too bad. I do think you're supposed to swim this one though, with the way the tail is. But it seems to actually put off a pretty good action. So, let me check my drag, make sure it's tight enough. Dang, I could sling this thing too. We'll just kind of swim it across the water. It's kind of like a finesse buzzbait almost. It's a little tadpole just coming across the water, waiting for Mr. Bass to come eat him. Doesn't put off like a ton of action, but I guarantee you it goes over top of one's head. He's gonna want to eat it. All right, smooth spots. We're gonna go down to this other pocket. I think that's gonna be our best bet. That's what we're gonna do. If we can't get bit down there on that little tadpole, I don't know if they're gonna eat it anywhere. I need to come down here and trim up some of these trees. I used to have a lot of little fishing spots along the bank, but it's kind of hard to get to some of them now. So grown up. Let's try our luck right here. Looks like a pretty decent little spot. Used to catch a couple fish here. Throw it right down this grass edge. I know there's got to be one sitting in all this. Got to be. Just looks too good not to get bit. There's definitely fish in this area. I keep seeing big swirls on the bank. I just don't know if they're gonna eat this. I might have to change back to that other frog. Stuff is thick in here. There he is. Got him. Little baby. This thing is tiny, dude. But that is a successful catch on the tadpole. Man, he was hooked good too. Goodness gracious. Little baby. Worked out pretty good with the spinning rod too. Good old kicking their bass combo. You want to check it out, link down below. See if we can get us one more on this. I'd like to see if I could catch a bigger fish on it. But if not, we'll switch back up to that other frog. I feel like it's just a lot better. Just kind of a slower action. I feel like that's kind of what they're wanting today. Something a little bit slower, not moving as much. See if we can get one on the little dangle right there. Dude, one just swirled on it. He didn't eat it though. There he is. Dude, what's up with all these tiny ones? These small ones just love eating this thing. Tell you what, the hooks they put on these suckers are no joke. There's 2 on the tadpole, 3 on the big frog. Now we're gonna throw this big frog, see if we can get one on it down here in this corner. See if we can pull off a bigger fish. I know there's some down here. We just gotta get them to bite. I just feel like they want this slower presentation. Come on. Come on. I should get bit on this cast. It's gonna come right in that little open hole right there where they can just come up and eat it. Dude, that was a good one. That was a good one. Oh no. That was a good one. I knew it. I called that. I think I messed that one up with my hook set. Not letting him have it for long enough. But there's more where that came from. I know there's a couple of them down here. I wish I could cast right next to that dock. I just can't get it that far. There's actually a little rock over there. It's like a sheet rock. Just comes out real far. And the fish love to sit on it. It's all covered up in grass right now too. Grab the spinning combo with the old tadpole. And I'm hoping that there's going to be a paddle in this boat. Then we're going to go get in the boat. We're going to go fish some uncharted territory with these bad boys. I think we're in business. I see a paddle and the boat's full of water, which means it has a plug. There's also stuff living in it because I just saw it swimming around. So let's get this thing ready for action. There's stuff everywhere. I might just flip this sucker. Oh, you want to come along for the ride, my skeeter? Come on, let's go. We're floating in the leafy john boat. Man, it's been so long since I've been on this boat. I love fishing out of it. It'd be a little bit nicer if it had a trolling motor, but it's just kind of a lot to drag a trolling motor and a battery all the way over here from the house. So we're rolling old school. Might as well, dude. We're doing a vintage frog video, so hey, get out in the old john boat, do a little frog fishing with some old lures, and paddle your way around. That's all you gotta do. Oh, dang. Beautiful. One just ate it right there, but he missed it. He grabbed the dang tails. Why'd you do that? Eat the whole thing, pal. Unreal. Dang it. Alright, so we're on the way to this last spot. And if we don't catch one on one of these antique frogs here, I'm changing up to that Strike King frog. That fish out there just jumped again. I've seen him jump like 6 times. But we're going down here in this little pocket. It looks really good. I've caught a lot of fish here before. This is the best looking pocket on the whole pond, so I should get bait here. But we'll see. We're going to try to catch one more fish on the antique lure, and then we're going to change up to that Strike King frog and see if we can get something on that. Dude, that was a terrible hook set on my part. Oh man, he definitely grabbed the legs because you can see they're like pulled out. Come on, little tadpole. Catch a 5-pounder. Come on, little tadpole, you can do it. One just tried to eat it. He tried to eat it, and he missed it. He came back, ate it again, and I still didn't get him. Dang it, dude, just eat it good. Again, and again. Okay, I have an idea. Hold on 1 second. Okay, storm's rolling in, it's starting to rain a little bit more, but I'm determined to catch one more fish, and I want to catch it on that bait. So we're going up here to this other pond. We're going bank fishing. We're gonna walk the banks and we're gonna catch fish. Done with the boat. Really surprised I didn't land one. I had a lot of bites, but they're just not feeding like they were earlier. I guess I hit a feeding period. I don't really know. But we're gonna go up here and we're gonna catch one. Stay tuned. We're at pond number 2. Just me and this popping pickle right here. Would have been a good cast if I didn't get it over that limb. This pond doesn't have nearly as much grass, but there is some over there, and that whole bank over there is just a lot of brush. So that's where we're really headed. Got some of these big old grass clumps. That should be a good spot right there. Got him. Nice fish. Nice fish. Yes. Dude, he choked it too. This one is post-spawn. Look at that. Choked it. Absolutely choked it. Grab the MACH pliers, get him unhooked. And on that note, we're gonna end the video. That's a nice, good, probably 2 3/4, 3-pounder. Would be a 4, 4.5. He was bigger. We'll see you later. That's the last fish of the day. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to go ahead and go check this one out too.